Alright, so we're back on the Massey Ferguson 35 clutch repair. I made a trip to Opera Tractors and got some seals. So these seals are for the gearbox. So we've got to, understanding is we've got to remove the brake bar, whatever you call it, as well as the clutch. All of that's got to come out so that we can put the seals in. So that's the plan. So I guess we just get on with it. So we've got to remove the brake pedals off this side, and then the linkage on the other side, which goes to the brakes. Got to remove that, and then we can slide that out. And with the clutch, we've got to undo those there and slide those two, I guess they're pins or bars out, and then remove the thrust bearing, the springs. There it is. We should just be able to slide. Just slide that off like that. On the ground. Got to loosen off those nuts there. Oh, it's actually on a keyway, this one.
What I do is take photos of which way things like that go.
Okay, I'm taking a video of it, Dad.
And then you throw it out
Throw the pictures out.
once you finish the job.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that could stay there, right? Because it'll slide out the other side. We'll see what it looks like when it comes out. If it's real milky, if it's not that milky, then I'll get some not milky oil. I do actually need to take out one of these. Oh, there you go, it's coming up. So I can get that.
Keyways along the curves on the back, so just drop one in.
Yeah, but I do need to get one out so that I can slide the bar out. It looks like they've had new bushes put in it recently. You can see the oil running all the springs off. So there's the thrust bearing. So I've got a new one. This one actually feels pretty good. So to get the clutch bar, you've got to loosen off these like grub screws.
Do it up with this.
Grub screw goes in that. Alright, so we've got both the brakes and the clutch out now. So I'm guessing I undo those 4 bolts and slide this cover out, and there'll be only one way to find out. Probably put some fresh stuff in, I think. So we've just been discussing, I've got 2 seals, and pretty much from here on in we're discovering. So we're going to take those 4 bolts, pull this piece off. Behind there's supposedly the PTO shaft. That should have a seal on it. It looks like it's got, there'll be a gasket there or something. And yeah, so we're going to start with the top one, pull that top one off. Now I've got 2 seals and we'll see what's behind there. I was just saying to Dad before, this is the Discovery Channel, because I've got no idea. Got some idea, but just guessing. Might have to ring someone. I just talked to a mechanic and he said to pull this out and tap the shafts back. Right, so I've just had a talk to Chris at Hopper Upper Tractors. So if you're doing any Massey Fergusons, talk to him. He's done a lot of these old tractors. So what he said is there's two different gearboxes in these 35s. So I've got to undo this plate, take that out, and there's a gear. You push the gear back, and then we can drop the gear off the back of this one, supposedly, and then there's a circlip somewhere, and then pull it out. So I've got no idea. That's just what he's told me over the phone. So I think I'm going to have a go and do it, because he said nothing can really go wrong. It's you know, like if I stuff something up, it's not the end of the world. It's just a bit tricky if you. So we're going to have a go. Got the seals, might as well do it. Hopefully those are just the same. Alright, not that. Oh, we've got oil leaking. Got to drain more oil out. So found a solution. So it's a bit of trial and error at the moment, but I had to get that snap ring off, and that was real hard. So what I did was I put that in there, put these two bolts in. They're actually holes to pull this casting off, and then put a bolt back into locate it, and then put that there and stick a screwdriver in the edge of it. So I done it. I got it off.
Throw that away.
Don't worry. Don't put that back in. Pull this. Can I? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get that off there, and then I can drop that shaft down and slide this out. Because once I did that, then I'm good. Alright, so hasn't gone so well. We haven't managed to achieve much more. I've got the snap ring off that. There's another snap ring holding that bearing in. I'm asking a few guys whether I could use the pullers and pull that bearing off, but the risk is trying to get that bearing back on there. But it does look like it's been made so you can change that bearing. You know, like if that bearing failed, you could change it without having to get into the gearbox. Yeah, but because my thinking is if I can get that off with the bearing, then I can drop this shaft down and I'll be able to slide that out, and that would work because there's a cog on the other side of that which is stopping this from sliding out. Right, so it's another day, another $1. So I found some more pictures in a forum where someone was having problems trying to do this exact job that I'm doing, and there were some photos in a guy saying use a slide hammer and pull that bottom shaft out, and it drops the gear down, allows you to take the top one out. So I've got a slide hammer off a friend, and we're going to try. This is turning into a bit of a nightmare. So what I'm doing now is I'm pulling that bearing off. That might be enough actually. Nope, it's not quite enough. Can we get that bearing right off now? Like I'm opening up a can of worms. Well, that's actually different to the picture. The picture of the one that I've seen on the internet, it actually had a another, like the shaft had a cog that went inside a cog. Yeah, that's not gonna drop out. I think I'm winning. I just pulled this washer off. I thought it was stuck on there, but there's actually a circle up there. Remove the circle up and I can pull it out. Yes. There's a circlip. Now, yes! So the gears drop down and out it comes. Would you look at that? I've done it, Dad! I've done it! No, I need something to celebrate now. Well, there we go. It'll be interesting to see what it's like to put back together. Right, so now I've got to get into this to get the seals out. So I've got taken that clip off that's in there. So this here, there you go, it's going to just tap out. Might need a hammer to give it a little encouragement. So this here was meant to be just a clutch job and it's turned into a much bigger job. There's another circlip there which holds that bearing in place, so we're going to now try and get that one out. It looks like a pretty beefy one. Oh, no, not that bad. So that's out of there, and I presume this must knock out, but I'll get a bit of wood, whack it on there. There you go. That's it. So there we got 3 sections. So one of the seals is just there, right there, and then the other one is right there. So we'll just hook them out and put new ones in, and we should be good. There we go. So there's the old seal. It's the same. So I got it in there. I just had to get a socket that was a bit more the right size to get it down. So now, got to get this seal out, which I should be able to do from this side. So there's the old big seal. So now we're going to get that in. That could be even trickier. So I've got a couple of different size sockets that I can use to drive it in there. Right, so I've got the new seal in there now. I'm definitely not a mechanic, but I'll definitely give things a go. And it is paying off so far. Finally made some ground. So we're going to start reassembling. I've just put a bit of oil on the shaft so that I don't wreck it going through. There we go. That's there now. Seems like it. So now that big circlip goes in. Perfect. Put a bit of oil on this shaft. Okay. Done. All new seals back in. So now we can repeat the process of putting it back together. But probably do need to put some sealer on there. back in. There we go. So now we'll put the circlip back in. So this is the bit I'm worried about, is getting that bearing back on that. Right, so now I'm going to put the bearing back on there. So this, to me, this seems like the most challenging bit. So I'm going to put a bit of sealer around that and then put the bearing on and knock it back on, and then put the snap ring back on, which is slightly bent, so we'll see how that goes. So I've cleaned it off with brake clean, so hopefully right, here goes. So we can get that bearing back on there. There we go. Sounding promising. Yes. So what it is the bearing's back against the face, but it's not pushed the shaft out enough. The shaft has still got to go back a bit, so I mean the shaft's still got to come through a bit to get the snap ring on, which we're nearly there. Looks about right, so we're going to try and get that snap ring on, which could be that could be a piece of work. Alright, so I've put some sealer on this plate, so we're going to put this in and get it all started. Get another bolt in there. And then we're pretty much back to doing the clutch now. So we've done, so we set out to just do the clutch originally, and now yeah, we've done the seals in here. I thought it might have been the big end, you know, the main seal on the back behind the flywheel, but nope, it wasn't. So that's the seals done on the input shaft, all done. I'm going to get the thrust bearing put in, get all the clutch assembly in and the brakes put back in, and then we will get on with the clutch. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.